So according to a site called Statista.com, as of March last year, 2021, the male to female ratio of Tinder monthly active users is 75.8% male and 24.2% female. Now, assuming that these statistics are correct, what are your thoughts on that?
First of all, that doesn't surprise me. Because if you're a woman, you have more options than the guy for just simply being a woman. Especially if you're a good-looking woman, you might not be on Tinder to begin with, because you think it's not something for you. You meet people, you meet guys all the time, right?
Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. Instagram game and just going out in general, right? And yeah, let's say these numbers are correct, then of course women have abundance of options and have the leverage in online dating in 2021 and 2022 and so on. So yeah, that's why I think a lot of guys are struggling, and especially also if guys have really bad pictures. Like, it can be really hard for guys. Yeah, which is most. Then it can be a really hard for guys to break through and get on dates. Yeah. What's your take?
Yeah, that's definitely true. And again, let's point out that that when we talk about women having more options on Tinder, it is especially like women in their 20s. Like that's really like it does become like when they reach that sort of like I think some people refer to it as the wall kind of flippantly, but like in the sort of 30s and onwards, it does become like it's a kind of a different story, I think. But definitely like women who are in their 20s, namely their early 20s, like it's almost as if, you know, they almost don't even need Tinder. Like I have noticed that there are a lot of girls, like pretty girls on Tinder, like the ones that get featured like as the first pics. Like when you go to their description, their only description is their Instagram handle. And I always go sort of, because it is a little bit suspect. Like, because it seems that it really seems that with some of them, this is just like an ad. This is just like their advertisement for like their Instagram. So it is kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's like a funnel. Yeah. Like, here's my Instagram, then you can click on Instagram, send her a DM, and then she doesn't even have to swipe anymore. It's crazy.
She can just like sort out the ones she knows.
Yeah, and then she can just wake up with I don't know how many DMs, and then she get not this one, no, not this one. It's hard to be a guy in on the dating market. That's why you need to work on yourself, especially also on your online dating profile, if you want to break through and go on dates. And I've also talked with a lot of girls. They tell me all the same stories when they're on Tinder dates with guys. Guys don't know how to go on dates. They talk a lot about themselves. The girls on dates who get a lot of options from Tinder always complain about going on really boring dates with guys, and they almost always get disappointed, and that's why they think it's a waste of time. That's also why I think a lot of girls treat Tinder like just for fun. Like, they don't take it seriously, because they know the amount of guys that are hitting them up on Instagram or Tinder. That's insane. Yeah.
Well, it's definitely true that when you have a lot of options, like each individual option becomes less crucial. Maybe like if you have one sort of interaction with one guy, and either you lose interest or he just comes off as unattractive. Like you might be less inclined to just try and give it a shot, because there are so many other, like there's always another one. Yeah. But it is definitely true. I've also heard personally like anecdotes from women who went on dates where like there are some guys who are just so fixated on like flexing like their American Express gold, and like, oh, I do this for a living and I make this money and I have this car, and they're just like, oh, like, Jesus fucking Christ, like that's not it. Like, are you cool? Like, it's all the fucking gimmicks aside, are you actually a cool, interesting person? Like, that's something that's sometimes lost for dudes.
Yeah, true. There's definitely there's not a balance there, because women get on more dates than guys in general, especially if these numbers are correct, right? And if you as a girl go on a date, then you will be more likely to decline or disqualify this guy, because you can just go on Tinder and swipe, and then you have a lot of match, and the amount of messages you get as a girl, as a woman, is like insane. I know a lot of guys that never get a DM or anything like that. Ever. And I can also count on like maybe yeah, maybe it's happened like 10 times for me on Tinder that a girl texts me first. So there's definitely an unbalance there. Yeah. And at the same time, you hear also women complain about guys don't have good pictures, they don't have a bio, all these kind of things. Often true. But funnily enough, girls don't have that either, because girls don't have to have these things in place because they have abundance. That's also why, if we think these numbers are correct, and there's only 25% of girls on Tinder compared to 75% of the population on Tinder are guys, then girls don't have to apply these. They don't have to follow these rules of having good pictures, having a bio, and all these kind of things, because they have the leverage, they have the power, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, really, all you have to do is like, A, be good looking, B, have some sort of photo, might be shitty quality, like that just conveys that you have like a hot physique, and then one that just shows that you have a sort of good looking face. Like, that might be all you need to because often when you see like the photos that get filtered up, like they just sort of like follow a similar pattern, like the ones that score sort of high, like it really is like extremely low effort photos, like just like, because it is like, the one very valid point is like, for all the complaints about shitty photos, like women have equally as fucking shitty half-assed profiles and shitty ass photos as men. It's just that like, all you have to do is convey that you have sort of like pretty face, pretty physique on photo number 2, and then maybe that you have friends or something, and then your Instagram handle in the description. Like, you can get swiped all day long. So
yeah,
it's a little bit harder.
I have a funny one as well. Women also complain about, they don't want to see guys flexing their like muscles and whatnot, but we don't want to see your kid either. Like, we're not dating you. I see so many single moms, you know, they're like, the first picture is them and their baby or their child, and I'm like, good for you, you can write in your bio, but I'm not interested in getting to know your baby at first. Like, I need to get to know you. Yeah.
And this is what I'm trying to see. This is where we get into like the 30 plus, because that's really a big thing. Like, a lot of them, you know, obviously now they take shit more seriously. Like, they probably have kids now. Okay, listen, motherfuckers, this is like, I'm not looking to like fuck around now. Now and that's probably also why they convey in like their photos, like, I'm a mother, I have kids, I'm looking for like someone who can be a parent. But the problem is that like, it's absolutely true that like, that's not what the dudes are looking for. Like, they're not like those 75%, most of them are not looking to be with like a step parent or like be in a serious committed relationship, which is also why like, my suspicion is that the experience of those women is something significantly different from like the ones who are like 22 and like just has bikini shots. Like, it's different experience.
Yeah, I can also feel that there's a change here. I'm 34 myself, and like 5 years ago or whatever, it's not the same as it is today. Let me put it that way.
Describe it, if you could put it in words.
I think, yeah, as you said, women are more serious right now because the clock is ticking. Maybe they don't have any kids at all, so they are like,
that might be even more.
Yeah.
Now they know the fucking clock is ticking.
Yeah, exactly.